The 5 habits that helped me thrive as a caregiver were having a morning routine, setting aside time for fitness, curating my consumption, working in time blocks, and planning my day the night before. If you clicked on this video looking for more life hacks, then this probably isn't the video for you. Shortcuts might seem appealing, but they'll keep you chasing results that never last. True success comes from strong, sustainable habits. Habits that you can stick to and that will truly make a difference over time. I was a full-time caregiver for my grandma for the last 8 years, and I learned firsthand how challenging and rewarding this journey can be. Early in that journey, I came across The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, and it completely shifted my perspective on how habits shape our lives. The principles in that book unlocked so much for me and became the foundation for the habits that I still practice today. While caregiving, I also ran a growing business, and without those habits, balancing caregiving and my goals would have been nearly impossible. Let me show you how these habits transform my caregiving experience and how they can make a difference in your life also. Habit number 1, the morning routine. And I know everybody loves to talk about their morning routine, and for good reason. It's important. Each morning I followed a simple but powerful routine. Here's exactly what I did. I'd wake up at 6 a.m., make my bed, hop in a cold shower for 1 minute, drink a glass of water, and then head out for a run. By the time I was ready to help my grandma, I had already accomplished so much. And this wasn't just about checking off tasks. It was about setting myself up for success. Every part of the morning routine had a specific purpose backed by science. Now, of course, in the moment, I didn't know that I was doing these routines and these habits because I knew they were backed by science. I just did them because they made me feel good. But after doing a bit of research for this video, I found that there is some science to back up the things that I was doing and why it was setting me up for success. Let's break it down. Waking up early aligns your body with natural daylight, which boosts alertness and energy. Early mornings are often the most productive because they offer uninterrupted time to focus before distractions arise. Making my bed gave me an immediate sense of accomplishment. According to researchers, this kind of keystone habit creates momentum and sets a disciplined tone for the rest of the day. Taking a cold shower or plunging never got easier, but it's incredibly effective. Cold water stimulates circulation, improves mood, and even triggers norepinephrine, a hormone that enhances focus and mental clarity. After the cold shower, drinking the water helped rehydrate my body after hours of sleep. Hydration first thing in the morning improves cognitive performance and metabolism, making me feel alert within minutes. Finally, I'd head out for a quick run. Morning exercise releases endorphins, reduces stress, and improves focus and decision making. It's one of the most impactful ways to prepare your mind and body for the challenges ahead. This routine became the foundation of how I approached each day. It gave me energy, clarity, and most importantly, the mental resilience I needed to manage caregiving and everything else on my plate. If you're building your own morning routine, I recommend starting super simple. Start with just 2 steps, like drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning and making your bed. Once you've nailed those, you can build from there. Don't underestimate how small wins add up over time. They'll transform your mornings, which will then eventually transform your life. Habit number 2, prioritizing physical fitness. Physical fitness isn't just about looking good. It's about building the strength and energy you need to handle life's challenges. Exercise releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter that boosts mood and enhances focus. It also reduces stress and improves mental clarity, making it a game changer for caregivers. For me, fitness wasn't optional. It was essential. It gave me the strength to manage caregiving tasks like transferring my grandma from her bed to a wheelchair, or carrying her upstairs for a weekly shower, and helping her in and out of the car for appointments. Running gave me my mental clarity and an endorphin boost, while strength training built the physical resilience I needed for physically demanding tasks. Without fitness, I don't really know how I would have managed those 8 years as a full-time caregiver. If movement isn't a part of your routine yet, I highly recommend starting small. Just like with this habit or the first habit or the rest of the habits that I'm going to explain in this video, starting small is extremely key for being consistent. I think often too many people have these big goals and they don't break it down into small steps, and they think they can run out the gate at a 6-minute mile thinking that they're going to last for the long run. You're not going to last for the long run if you haven't been training. So start small. If you haven't started incorporating incorporating physical fitness into your life, I recommend starting with tracking steps. You can use your phone, or you can use a watch, or you can use an app. Whatever you use, track your daily steps and see how much you get in an average of a week or a month, and try to increase that by 1,000 or 2,000 or 500, whatever feels manageable. Just try to make progress. For those who are overlooking walking, walking isn't just a basic form of exercise. It's one of the most effective ways to improve both your physical and mental health. Studies have shown that even small increases in daily step count can lead to significant health benefits. For example, walking as few as 2,200 steps per day reduces the risk of early death and cardiovascular disease, while walking between 9,000 and 10,000 steps daily can lower the risk of early death by 39% and the risk of heart attack or stroke by 21%. If walking feels too difficult or boring, try pairing it with something you enjoy, like listening to a podcast or even watching a YouTube video while you walk on the treadmill or walk around your neighborhood. The real golden gem here is habit stacking, combining something you enjoy with something that might feel harder to stick. This makes it easier to stay consistent and build the habit over time. These small efforts eventually turn into a routine. As you stay consistent, you'll not only feel physically stronger, but also gain the mental resilience to handle whatever life throws your way. Habit number 3, curate your feed weekly. The content you consume, whether on social media, YouTube, or even the people you follow, actually shapes how you think, which then leads to how you act in the real world. Studies show that consistent exposure to negative or purposeless content can increase anxiety and reduce focus, while positive, goal-oriented content can help you stay aligned with your purpose. When I realized how much the content I was consuming actually shaped my mindset and actions, everything changed. As a caregiver, I didn't really have much time to spend with people in person, so the people I spent time with were online. Once I started paying attention to what I was consuming, I noticed a huge shift in how I approached my day. I began consuming content that was conducive to growing my online business and social media presence. I immersed myself in educational content like learning how to build a successful business or improve my music creation skills. I became obsessed with education, positive mindset content, and music-related topics. It was all I wanted to consume because I saw how it was directly affecting my daily life. It changed how I approach business, made me more efficient, and also helped me grow as a musician. At the same time, I avoided sensational or purposeless content that didn't contribute to the growth that I wanted. I saw how the things I watched and listened to were not just influencing my skills, but how I thought and made decisions. Over time, I became more conscious of what I was consuming, not just online, but in conversations and media. Once this habit became second nature, I could quickly identify whether something was worth consuming or not. And even if I was consuming something that wasn't actually contributing to my growth, just having the self-awareness to recognize that made a difference. Self-awareness is a skill in itself, and knowing when content isn't serving you is the first step towards making better choices in the future. So start by assessing your social media feeds. Go through your posts and the videos and ask yourself, is this content that I'm consuming actually inspiring me, educating me, or aligning with my purpose? And if not, unfollow it or hit not interested. Then actively search for content that supports your growth and educates you and puts you in the right state of mind in the direction of the things that you want to attract in this life. You can even make this process a habit by scheduling it, like every night or every Monday night, going through your feed and purposefully and intentionally looking for the things that you don't want to consume and hitting not interested or unfollowing or muting or whatever the technique that you need to follow is. Scheduling it in your schedule can make a difference. Habit number 4, working in time blocks. Working in time blocks like the Pomodoro technique is one of the most effective ways to stay focused and productive. Studies show that taking short breaks during focused work prevents mental fatigue and improves concentration. Breaking your work into 25-minute bursts followed by a short break allows you to stay energized and maintain high-quality output, even when tackling big projects. As a caregiver, I didn't really have the luxury of working long hours. My time to work on videos, music, music, or replying to comments was often limited, so I had to make every minute count. Tasks like editing a YouTube video from 3 to 4 hours of raw footage into something valuable can feel overwhelming. But when I broke that project down into 25-minute bursts, it became so much more manageable. It's easier to commit to working intensely for 25 minutes than to face the mental weight of a massive project all at once. And by stacking those focus sprints, it makes tackling big projects so much easier. One of the biggest mental benefits of this technique is the clarity it provides. You're no longer thinking about the entire project, and you're only thinking about the 25-minute sprint that's in front of you. And even if caregiving threw a wrench in my side projects, thinking about my work in small actionable chunks kept me from feeling overwhelmed. If 25 minutes feels too much at first, start smaller. Commit to 10 or 15 minutes of focus work, followed by a short break. And here's a hack, which I know we spoke on no hacks at the beginning, but reward your breaks with content that's actually going to contribute to your growth. For example, if you spend 10 minutes working on a project, spend the next 5 to 10 minutes consuming something that's actually going to contribute to your growth, or going to educate you on something that's going to make you a better technician of whatever it is that you're learning. So if you stack the 10 to 15 minutes of work with 10 to 15 minutes of educational content, it makes for 30 to 40 minutes of work that's actually contributing to living a life that you actually want to live. So try the Pomodoro technique tomorrow or today. It would be better if you did it today. Choose one task that you've been procrastinating on and set a timer for 25 minutes, and then work without distractions. When the timer goes off, take a 5-minute break and then repeat. And you'll be amazed at how much you can actually accomplish in the 25-minute sprint versus just trying to tackle a whole project all at once. Habit number 5. Plan your day the night before. Planning your day the night before is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to eliminate decision fatigue and set yourself up for success. Decision fatigue refers to the declining quality of decisions as your brain becomes taxed from making way too many choices throughout the day. Research shows that humans only have a limited amount of mental energy for decision making each day, and using that energy on trivial decisions like what to wear or what to do first leaves less bandwidth for meaningful work. By planning your day the evening before, you reduce the number of decisions you need to make in the morning. This allows you to start the day with clarity and focus, making it easier to dive straight into your priorities. During my caregiving journey, I couldn't afford to wing it. Each night, I'd plan my day in detail, writing down my schedule, laying out all my clothes for the next day, and preparing anything else I need. And when I say I laid everything out, I'm talking about everything. So I'd lay out my running clothes. I would lay out the clothes that I'm going to change into after running. I would prepare the gym clothes that I was going to wear that day if I was going to the gym, and then the clothes that I'm going to wear after the gym if I decided to change. And in terms of my projects on my computer, I would often open up Final Cut or open up Ableton or open up whatever program I'm going to open the next day for the project that I'm going to tackle that day. So I don't have to wake up and think about what am I doing today. I'm just waking up and executing. And when you wake up and execute and you don't have to worry about the little details of what it is that you're going to execute, it makes all the difference. So don't underestimate planning your day the night before. I recommend taking 5 to 10 minutes before you go to bed tonight. Think about all the things you want to accomplish, and maybe you don't want to be as detailed as I am about my day. Maybe you want to keep it a little bit more loose and maybe just have bigger time blocks, or maybe you have a 9 to 5 to where you can't really do things within the 9 to 5. The point is, knowing everything that you want to accomplish the next day and setting yourself up for success and putting yourself in a position to win is the key. To recap, here are the 5 powerful habits that help me thrive as a caregiver. 1, build a robust morning routine. 2, physical fitness. 3, curate your feed weekly. 4, work in time blocks. And 5, plan your day the night before. These habits aren't just tasks, they're tools for transformation. They help me balance caregiving while running a business, and they help me build mental resilience and creating a life that I'm actually happy with. So if you're ready to take control of your habits and start creating lasting change, I've created a free resource on Notion inspired by the power of habit. It has everything you need in there: chapter summaries, quotes. It has a habit tracker. I worked really hard on making a free resource for people looking to actually change their life. So if you want access to that, click the link in the description. Again, it's completely free. I really want everybody watching this video to win, and I hope the resource helps. I hope these videos help. And if they did, please let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can email me or leave a comment. I'll continue the conversation there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.